Slack, give it straight, never caps.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 15 Minutes with G Slack show. I am your host, G Slack, Super Slacker, Slack the Savior, Slack your boy. And today I'm here with a very special guest. He done shot all y'all favorite Detroit rappers' music videos. He runs Super Official Studios. He works with the Compound. He's working with a whole bunch of people out here doing a whole bunch of moves. Super Official Nate, what's going on, man?
Man, what's the deal? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, bro.
Man, of course, man. You was definitely one of the first people working with video art specifically that I had to hit up just because you've been doing so much work around the city. You know what I mean? You know all these people. You're super interconnected in the area. You really just been making moves. So before we get into it, tell the viewers a little bit about what you do and how you started doing it.
Okay, well, I'm Nate, Super Official Nate. I'm the owner and director of Super Official Studios. We're based out of Detroit. What we do specifically is we do film production and visual marketing. So that's from music videos, films, TV shows, interviews, lookbooks, commercial work, all the way over here to specifically doing like marketing plans, anything that has to do with a company needing visuals. So that's TikTok visuals, that's ad campaigns through social media with scheduling drops and creating content for either if it's artists trying to get other content out or if it's businesses trying to hop into the social media game.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys do a whole lot of, big budget productions. Walk me through a day where you're going to record through, whether you got a whole bunch of sessions during the day, whether you're recording and editing. What's a day look like for Super Official?
Like a Super Official pack day, get up, we'll come to the studio, basically just pick up where we left off, whatever visuals we have. I have a general manager. His name is Gino the Pharaoh. He's also a producer. We basically always come to the studio. We come with a plan. And not a lot of people, I feel, take the routes that we take, but like we like to directly connect or contact the artists we want. So we'll come to the studio. All right, here's our list of artists. Hit their email, hit their DM, like, bro, let's work. We work on treatments. We send treatments out. If it's a shoot day, come to the studio, got all our equipment, get everything packed, ready to go. Make sure our locations are right. Make sure if whatever producers or assistant directors we're working with, making sure everybody's on the same schedule and on the same page. And shoot day in itself is a whole other story. You know what I'm saying?
So as the owner of the business and really the one who runs all of the shoots, do you prefer more to, be the director and delegate everything, or are you producing and editing more? Like what do you enjoy more?
Honestly, the directing and the shooting aspect of it is because that's my craft. Is I shoot, like that's what put me on. That's what I love to do. That's what I was doing every day. But like the goal in mind is to be working on big enough sets where I can just direct. I'm the bigger picture guy. I'm the guy that takes the idea and delegates the positions of, all right, how do we get this? You worry about, the ISOs and the aperture in the camera. You worry about the lights and the placement of the lights. You worry about all the talent and where our extras have to be at. Like that's kind of like the goal of where we're trying to go. We're trying to gain more of these bigger budgets and show that we can handle this shit. Because nobody that I mess with, actually a lot of people, like a lot of videographers from Detroit in this area that I mess with, like we didn't go to school, bro. So like we have to work that much harder. We have to prove that much more. So yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah.
I get what you're saying. So I've noticed, every time I see y'all videos, your credit list starts to get longer and longer. Have you had a hard time finding people that really, fit like your team or are really cohesive to work with?
Fuck yeah. Like that's, bro, like not even just with production, but just business period. Like once you get around people who've made like hella money, they'll tell you like there's no millionaire who's done it himself. Period. The backhanded issue on that is, okay, once you come to that point when you're like, all right, I need these people, it comes to the point where you realize like, damn, like I have to let my baby go in a sense and entrust it in other people. And it's like, if you ask people who really know me, they'll tell you like, Nate really doesn't like, I don't mess with people. Like I don't like I love this shit. Like I'm not saying other people don't, but people who love this shit just as much as me are what you're doing. You have your own brand. You have your own. You love your shit. It's nobody else who you're gonna bring to you right now who's gonna love your brand as much as you do. So the hard part has been finding, all right, like where are the people who love this shit who don't give a fuck about the brand right now? Like I'm looking for the up and comers. I'm looking for people who just love this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like then I can start giving up. I got a good team right now. Like I got a good photographer. I got a good B camera. Shout out Jerkwin. That's my photographer. He's fire. My go-to DP. That's Lord of the Outsiders. I work with 12 Mile Kyle a lot. He comes through and we, assistant direct. I work with Owen from Boomin' Films. So those are kind of like my go-to guys until I get that budget and it's like, all right, here's $2,500 just for my camera crew. Now I can pay for people who like went to college and you know what I'm saying?
What would you say has been your biggest production so far?
My personal biggest production was a video I did with an artist named George Corey. He's from LA. He's actually the writer and director of Black Coffee. It's a TV series that was bought by Will Ferrell. And for whatever reason, he fucks with me. Like we linked off of another artist, and I think my personal budget for that was like $15,000, which was pretty decent. They threw Busta Rhymes was on the intro. They threw the whole single drop. They threw it up on New York Times. Bigger budgets that I've worked on that I haven't been director, but I've worked production coordinator. I was production coordinator for the Golden Apple Studios Babyface Ray video, and that was like a $40,000 budget. And my job for that was basically location scouting, getting the location, being the contact for the production company with the location, as well as all the extras and all the actors and actresses and the crackheads that you've seen in the video. That was my job, was to make sure that all the production company from Cali came down. I got the people from Detroit, the makeup artists, locations, and stuff like that. So there is talks. Like I fuck with Ojizri June. That's Golden Apple Studios. Ojizri June, that's the Migos director. Like
yeah.
Real savage, bro. That's one of my big mentors. So like there's gonna be a lot more work with Golden Apple Studios, a lot more collabs between my company and his company. Yeah, so I'd say the Babyface Ray video, that was one of the biggest. Detroit Dreams, that was a movie. I was the assistant camera on. I was the nigga pulling focus the whole time. So when Tay B and Babyface Ray and everybody was on scene and they focus into their eyes so you can see their detail, that was me. I did that. I made sure that Babyface skin was nice and clear for that movie.
Okay. So you were all hands-on type of guy. I see what you're saying.
You got to, bro. Like we don't have college, so opportunities, we take them. We might fabricate a little bit, but we learn that first day.
True.
We learn, we take our shot. Hell yeah. I remember I was on the phone with Al Nuke. He was like, I need a gaffer. I don't even know what that is. Hell yeah, I can do that. All right. You work with 2K and 4K lights? I'm like, I got RGBs and some LED panels. He's like, all right, we're not fucking with that. We're fucking with this. You got this? Hell yeah, bro, I got it. Came in the next day. The actual head gaffer was gone, so I got bumped to head gaffer. Then the assistant camera quit like 3 days, so I got bumped up to assistant camera. It was the first time I was ever on a movie, bro.
Right, and imagine what would have happened if you said, oh, I don't know what a gaffer is.
Man, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have my name in the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have my credit. I wouldn't have learned it. And honestly, working with Al Nuke and Street Lord One on Detroit Dreams was like, at that moment was my biggest like in. You know what I'm saying? Like the ability to be around heavy hitters every day, and then them seeing your work ethic and being like, Nate, like come to Atlanta. Like whenever we got shit going on, come to Atlanta. Like that was the smartest thing I could ever done. And the dumb, yes.
Nah, I guess I mean, but it benefited you though. So I mean, hey, it's all for the better. It's all for the better. So I noticed that I'm looking through your profile and stuff through the Instagram and stuff. I did my research and it looks like you've been, in love with visual arts for at least since you've been on social media, where I'm assuming it's been long before that too, but you was on the other side of the camera.
Yeah. When I first started like trying to step out onto the scene, I was actually modeling. That's like how I got into the creative art scene. And I fucking hated every single minute of it. Like,
Did that help you kind of discover your love for really taking the pictures and taking the videos and being the one behind the camera?
not yet, but it did help. Once I did, like the way I got into videos was so kind of weird. Um,
Let's hear it.
okay. So one of my really good friends, Anthony Lee, he's a really big Detroit muralist, CCS School of Art graduate, Red Bull House of Art alumni, murals in the market, like really savage, like cold. He had opened an art gallery in Detroit in Eastern Market before like they jack rent. And we had a studio called Hidden Gate Art Gallery. And I used to help him curate art events like for dope artists like Joey Badass. He's done like Big Crit, or not, excuse me, not Joey Badass. Tony Hooligan is an artist. He's done shit for like Joey Badass, Big Crit. We had him in there. But one night he was like, bro, like I need like some footage of this. Can you just like record it with your phone? And I was drunk as fuck. And I was like, bro, sure. And look, it sounds funny, but I started shooting and like I really took it serious. And it was like these group of girls who came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, are you like a videographer?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And it was like some weird stuff. I don't know if it's interview material, but like they all started kissing. It was crazy shit. Like it was like three females were kissing on me, and they were like, "You're a videographer." And I was like, "This is what I want to do
From
for
that
the
moment on.
life, bro." And I edited it on iMovie and gave it to him. He's like, "Bro, this is dope." And I started shooting videos off my phone. Then I started like booking like promo videos for phones. And then I got a gig for a barber shop in Midtown, Detroit Barber Company. And I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm a videographer." He's like, "Bro, come shoot something for me. Like, what would you charge?" I was like, "Bro, just give me $50." And this is a real like established Detroit business. So he looked at me like, "Bro, $50. How about you just come in? I'll give you like 250." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, bro."
Hey,
Coming there the next day with my phone and my little gimbal phone, and I'm setting it up. And he's like, "Bro, where's your camera at?" I'm like, "This is my camera. What do you mean? Like, I'm a videographer, bro." He's like, "All right, let me go." I shot it and he fucking loved it. And the next day he called me to the other location and bought me a camera. It was over with. It's over with since then. I just
man,
been,
that's a great journey. It sounds like you had a great start. You know what I mean? And it's funny the story with the shorties. It was like from this moment
bro,
on, this is what I
what?
want to do.
Bro, I was like, I turned this way, this one kissed me, then she like moved my face to this one, and this one kissed me. Then the other girl came up, and they were just like, "Oh my God, this is so hot." And I was,
Loving it,
this
man.
is
So when was the, or if there was a moment, when would be the moment when you decided, hey, I need a home studio. I need a place where I can, really hunker down and get to work at, do my editing, do my storyboarding, things like that.
um, it took a while. Like it, I had linked with another group of guys. Like once I really started like doing video shit, one of my mans, we call him 87 Dub. He's from 8 Mile to 7 Mile, so 87 Dub. And his crew was like starting to shoot, so they invited me to a shoot, and we shot, and like it was over whatever since. I think we were shooting. I was on the block, bro. This is like when I was really fucked up. Like I was in the spot. Like the edit room, the room that I slept in had a hole in it. So I had to have all like my editing shit in the corner. So when it rained, it would rain on the bed type shit. And then Dub had came to me with another guy and our other homeboys and was like, we got this opportunity to get the space. Like if we get the space, like will they utilize it? Will they take advantage? Fuck yeah, bro. When we got this studio, when we first got this studio and built it out, like this is what like it like manifested. Like it's one thing from like doing something out of your house, but to have like an actual location that you can come and everybody who comes here is on the same type of creative goal of getting better. And man, it was great, bro. Like once we got in here, nigga, I was shooting in this bitch every day, bro. I was giving deals out like crazy. Like if you come here and shoot $100, like, and that was when I was charging like $800, $900. Like I don't give come to the studio. It was great, bro. We was in here.
Yeah. And it's kind of like setbacks like that where you know you was in the room where you was getting rained on in the bed, and then that stuff really want to make you grind and be like, I will never ever put myself in that situation ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like last year when I was seeing all the free super official hashtags, man, like I bet that the second you walked out of there, you was on go. You know what I'm saying? Pedal to the metal.
Uh, like people really don't know the story, but like the whole, like from the day I walked in there, from the day I came out, like it was nonstop. Like I was writing. I done wrote and rewrote my business plan maybe like 4 times. I came home with a book of 95 treatments already, music video treatments already written. I came home with 7 movies. I was on the phone with Ojizri June. I wrote a movie for him. I was on the phone with Jay Hollywood. He just went to jail, but he's in Miami directing the 2nd season of Cocaine Cowboys. I was on the phone with George Corey in LA. I was on the phone with my Arab homeboy. Like I was calling shots from the phone. Like I was having people post shit. I was trying to get shit booked, but like niggas really didn't want to book if I wasn't there. But like niggas would hit me up like, bro, we see you out here. Like we don't want to book, but like,
right,
keep it up. So like I never lost my drive. I never lost it. Like I had to come home and like I had to, and it's a little more difficult because I had to sell everything. I sold my car, I sold literally everything because I got priors. So with a gun, they're not trying to hear that shit. They wanted me to do like 3 to 5. So I sold everything. So I came home. That's when I got on my director shit. Like, all right, I don't have a camera. I just bumped the price $250 and paid for the camera. Now that's just how I shoot now. Like I want a camera and I still go get a camera, but like this is the formula. Like if you want a $10,000 budget, you have to be able to pull the pieces for the budget, and that's just kind of what I've been focusing on, and it worked.
Yeah. I said Big G Slack, give it straight, never cap. Smoke an eighth out the pack, that's a blunt down the hatch. Don't play fight, I play smash. Rest my head up on that ass. I know she gon' get attached. Once I start blowing her back, I'm gon' hit it, then I dash. Cause she can't handle that. I need defense quarterback.